Now, in just over 12 hours, the International Criminal Court at The Hague will begin hearing submissions that could make or break the case against Deputy President William Ruto. The submissions on a no case to answer motion will determine whether or not Ruto and journalist Joshua Arap will be let off the hook on the crimes against humanity charges. Ruto left the country this morning for The Hague ahead of the start of submissions and a ruling on the use of recanted evidence.
At the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport Monday morning, members of parliament bid farewell to Deputy President William Ruto as he left the country for The Hague, Netherlands, for his big date with judges at the International Criminal Court. He left the country hours after seeking divine intervention ahead of what will no doubt be a definitive week.
I ask that you pray for me and pray for my brother Sang, even for the challenges that we face, so that God can not only make the truth come out, but so that God's will can be done.
All rise.
The Hague date will be characterized by two key highlights that will mark a turning point in the case: the hearing of the no case to answer motion and a ruling on whether ICC prosecutor Fatou Bensouda can rely on recanted evidence.
Count 3. Mr. Ruto.
It will be the final push by the Deputy President in his quest to have the crimes against humanity charges case against him over the 2007-2008 post-election violence terminated. Through his lawyers, led by Karim Khan, Ruto has filed a 95-page request for judgment of acquittal.
The third judge in the pre-trial chamber.
After the submissions, judges will decide whether or not Ruto has a case to answer. If they rule in his favor, the Deputy President will be off the hook. If Ruto loses his bid in his request for judgment of acquittal, the case will continue until 2017, an election year for the country, something that could somewhat complicate the 2017 election campaigns for Ruto. Aside from the hearing of the no case to answer motion, the appeals chamber will make a ruling on whether or not ICC prosecutor Fatou Bensouda can rely on recanted evidence. Trial Chamber 5 allowed Bensouda to use primary evidence of 5 witnesses who had recanted their evidence. Ruto and radio journalist Joshua Arap have argued that the trial chamber got it all wrong when it admitted evidence of the 5 witnesses. Bensouda, on the other hand, argues that the witnesses were intimidated or bribed to recant incriminating evidence against Ruto and Sang.
Mr. Ruto, together with other key members of the...
Ruto and Sang first traveled to The Hague in March 2011 following summonses to appear. They made another trip in September of the same year for the confirmation of charges hearing, one that would pave the way for several other trips to The Hague. Just over 4 years later, the two will be hoping that this will be their last trip to The Hague. Rita Tinina, KTN News.